Hey there, this is Malorian, and this will be some more War Machine battle reports coming from the Grotscon 2014 tournament, and we're now on to the late night Iron Arena. Now, this one here had basically a little sheet that went out to anyone who was taking part, and you got points for playing various sizes of games, for being fully painted, for doing 3-week games, all these different things, and really whoever has the most points at the end wins. So the nice thing about Iron Arena is if there's anyone you really want to play against, you just go and play them. So that's really easy. Sorry, and in this first one here, I was really hoping to play against this other guy, Kieran. We actually know each other from the game Warhammer Fantasy, and we hardly ever get to play against each other. So after this, we said, hey, let's try our list from the tournament. So if you haven't seen my Steamroller reports, what I'm running here is Epic Striker running an Ironclad. I have Max Nis, Max Sword Knights, Max Precursor Knights with UA, Runewood, the Junior, Piper, who's backwards for no reason, 2 units of Storm Blades, the Rangers, and then on his side, he is running Ron with 2 of the Phoenixes. He has 2 Snipers, 2 of the Mage Hunter Assassins, Narn, the Infiltrators with a little attachment there. He has the little Mittens guys in the back, some Arcanists, and fancy stuff like that. For the scenario here, it's first 1 of 5. You get 1 for controlling the zone, 2 to dominate, but you can't get any of those points till you destroy the enemy objective, which is also worth 1. So in this game, what I'm really trying to do is just jam him up, kill his stuff through attrition, and then either win by scenario or go for assassination. So, crappy picture, but he gets first turn and really runs on up. And those infiltrators are going to be a real problem, but I figure that between my massive attacks, I'll be able to beat them. I need to slow them down because they have 2 attacks each, so they can actually do lots of damage to me. But if I stall them for a second, I can probably kill them on the counterattack. So that's really what I'm doing is I run up and I tie them up with 3 Nis and my Rangers, and everything else is just running on up. So I got Arcane Shield up on the Sword Knights. I have Dirge of Mist up onto the Nis Hunters. I have Deflection up on my Caster, and I am just up in his grill saying, hey, you can go kill my Rangers, a couple of Nis, and then I'm going to countercharge. Unfortunately, I didn't realize how big of a countercharge he could have. On the left side, I'm surprised because he comes at me with the infiltrators, and then I didn't realize they had reform. So whereas I thought I could shoot them and stuff, now he's just engaging me. So that was not really part of the plan. Between Immolation and all of his little mitten guys shooting me, I lose a lot of stuff on the right. He is in my grill. He has Polarity Shield or whatever off on the Close Phoenix, and that's kind of bad because it means I can't charge him. However, thanks to Velocity, Epic Striker will be able to charge up, kill him, and then go back behind the wall. So I kind of got hurt here, but I'm still in an okay position for an alright countercharge, especially if I do my feat. So that's really what I do. I overcharge for 2, and I go over and I destroy the Phoenix and Velocity back. I run up with the Precursor Knights just to really get up there. Charge in with the Storm Blades, do some damage to the objective there. Fall short in a charge on his one of his assassins on the left. I'm just jamming him up and trying to killing him the best I can. He had force hammered back the Ironclad, so he was trying to work his way up. But the big derp of this turn was I forgot to feat. And this was so critical because whereas all those attacks could have meant killing more of those infiltrators on the left side and also tying up all of his mitten guys, killing them, doing lots of damage to his Phoenix. Instead, I am just standing here like an idiot. So really big mistake, and I was really kicking myself for this one. So on his turn, he really takes advantage of it, comes at me, and you can see he's almost completely wiped out my Nis Hunters now. My Precursor Knights are almost completely wiped out, and yeah, I mean, I can't stress enough how much different this would be if I didn't screw up. He also gets a Force Hammer onto Kane, Striker, which knocks him back and all these things and knocks him down. But yeah, I'm going to need to try and countercharge the best I can, but this turn really hurt. So I do a pretty good job of it. Again, I overcharge for 2. I go after Rowdy there. I'd also gone and healed myself a bit from the UA from the Precursor Knight. But I did a little bit of work. I killed off some of those infiltrators. I killed off some of his mittens. I did okay. So really, now at this point, I really lost a lot. But now I destroyed both of his jacks. He's starting to lose a lot of guys. Really, his big strength is on the left flank. But if I can just stall him for a little bit longer, I should be able to figure out the assassination. So on his turn, he's able to kill off what's left on the left side. So Sword Knights are gone. Precursors are down to the one guy. He kills the last of the Sword Knights. And yeah, all that stuff is dead. But what he does then is just try and throw stuff in my way. So his 2 Arcanists are just there to be in my way. Ron is back there, and he's actually not camping anything. He put the Polarity Field up on himself, so I couldn't charge him. And then we did some TKs to kind of move things around. But that was kind of a mistake, because by putting Narn close to him, I can't charge Ron, but I can charge Narn. And then I'll have the distance to hit him with my reach. So that's what I do, is I put Overtake myself so I don't need to worry about Pathfinder, and then charge Narn, Overpower, and bam. This actually wasn't very straightforward with boosting the hits and with the velocity and everything. I didn't have much focus, so this really came down to it where I believe it was like 60% in my favor, but this could have gone the other way. So anyway, it was a really nice game. Again, something where I just gotta remember that feat. I should be making a token or something to help me remember. But hey, walked away with the win, and I was happy. So another crappy picture, but we just had time to do another fast game. So we're doing 35 points. Same mission. You can kind of see this is exactly the same. I'm now going with E. Kane with a Stormwall, Black 13th, Reinhold, and the Gun Mages, which were a stupid thing to take simply because you got extra points for being painted, fully painted. So I should have picked something that was painted instead. Otherwise, he's still doing Ron, and this is really just a reduced list, which loses 2 Phoenixes and goes to Hypnos, I believe it's called, or Banshee, whatever. You rec guys will know what it is. So I get first turn, and I'm just running up with the storm wall. I karate chop off one of my guns just for fun. Ryan shoots up and scatters a little bit back with one of her templates, and that's really it. I put up the true shot on myself, and really looking at this game, I'm just looking to attrition. He won't be able to get to me because of all my cover fire, and I'm just going to shoot his guys down. So on his turn, he does his best to just run up. All 3 of his assassins are on the left side, which means I'm about to go and move to the right side. So that's what I do. I move to the right side. Kane goes and does great things, killing off some infiltrators, killing off Narn, killing off one of the assassins. I'm able to kill off some of the mittens up there because I just shoot up there with a pod as well with the storm wall, and then I just have to shoot the pod with Ryan. So really, he's in no position to countercharge. And yeah, I'm just gone and killed a bunch of his stuff. So really all he can do on his turn is try and get around. His Jack tries to get line on E-Kane, but can't do it. And otherwise, he's just doing his best to run around. He was able to kill Ryan, so that was pretty good for him. Also, he probably should have killed Watts too, but he failed to kill me and just knocked me down. So on my turn, I just continue the attrition, almost kill off all the infiltrators, leave just one of the mittens alive. And really, he is just in a really bad spot right now. But then my good old brother comes over and gives him some advice. He was kind of figuring out how to do this anyway. But he is able to charge over here, get line on Kane, and then through his force hammer and stuff is able to kill me. Now, this could have easily failed because when he does the first one that pushes me back, I only moved 1 inch. If I would have gone further, he wouldn't have had range for his other things. But I just go the 1 inch, get knocked down, and then I die. So as usual, it always seems that whenever I'm really ahead with E. Kane, I find a way to die. He's always letting me down, or I'm probably letting myself down. I probably should have actually just gone up and made a wall with the gun mages or something. So now we're going to do a 3-player game. Pretty much they were each in a corner and I was in the middle of one far side. Pretty much our zones start like 14 inches from the center of the circle. It's going to be first the 3 points. You get 1 for control, 2 for dominate, And in three-player games, I find it's best to go for 3 points, not five, because you will never get to 5 points. It just doesn't happen. On my part here, I'm going now with East Striker with a Storm Wall, 2 units of Storm Blades, and Terran. The Rep player is still going with Ron with a Phoenix, some Halberdiers now, and some Stormfall Archers, and Narn, and other nifty things. My brother is going with Krios, Epic Iris, he has the Rax, he has the Choir, he has 2 Reckoners, and other fun Menoth stuff. So, the Menoth player goes first, and he is nice and happy up on that hill. Then the Rep player goes, and he's happy behind that wall. On my turn, I don't want to screw around. I mean, it's one of these things where in these three-player games, you kind of want to hold back and you don't want to really commit, but screw that. I'm just going to go for it. The sooner this game's over, the sooner I can get another one, get some points. So I just run off a unit of Storm Blades after each side and then pop my feet, hoping that I can kill Narn and Epic Iris, but I miss. So, they have high defense. I was just kind of hoping to get lucky. After this, one of the things you can get points for is by letting the TO come over and change your terrain. So he throws 3 walls in the center, which is bad for Stormwall, but then he also puts a hill over here, which is good for Stormwall. So it's one of these things, again, where I can't stress enough, these late games are more for fun and not for being ultra competitive. So, hey, this is an extra 5 points for all of us, and good times. What isn't good times is that I forgot my brother has Terran. She was all painted nice and red. I just kind of missed her in the whole muggle of Menoth. But really, he just comes up, pops feet. Terran shoots the Stormwall because the Stormwall's not really knocked down. Epic Iris shoots me and takes off my focus, and then the Reckoners shoot and kill me. So I'm dead, but hey, my Stormwall is inert, but I got Terran still and some Stormblades. So otherwise, this is what it looks like at the end of his turn. The Retribution player, now seeing that I'm kind of toast, is really making a beeline for the rear of the Menoth player there. He's able to kill off 1 Choir, but not really do too much else. Otherwise, he kills off some of my Stormblades in the zone. So on my turn, I have to move 1 Stormblade in just to contest to make sure he's not going to win by scenario. I also go and kill one of his Stormfall Archers, and the Menoth guy wasn't too happy because my Stormblades just kind of like refused to die and actually cranked his Reckoners for some pretty good damage. So on the Menoth turn, he's able to kill 2 of the Stormblades. He turns around, tries doing some shooting, but it really doesn't do too much. And, yeah, now he's going to be in some trouble. So what happens over here is Ron comes over and does a Force Hammer to the little Light Jack that smashes him through Krios and knocks them both down. Then Narn comes in here and does a big, huge hit. And then the Halberdiers charge in and finish him off. So the Retribution ends up with the win for this game. And it's one of those things where, like I said, you really don't want to be the first one to commit in a 3-player game because then the other 2 guys team up on you. Or even if you commit and kill 1 player, then you're usually extended and not protected and the other guy finishes you off. Usually the 4-player games for everyone for themselves work out better. But hey, you know what? They're always fun. They're always different. And for these late night games, why not, right? Alright, so at this point here, we're getting really late in the night. My brother was like falling asleep at the table. But I wanted to sneak in 1 more game. I want to try and win something. So I find another guy here. I've actually never played against him before. And he was up for a game. So in this one here, I'm going with E. Kane again. And this is actually just my 50-point E. Kane list from the tournament. So it's E. Kane with the Stormwall. I got the Long Gunners, the Gun Mages, the Rangers, the Squire, Reinhold Jr., Black 13th, Terran, and Epic Iris. On his side, he is, got all the scoring stuff going on there. He has some slingers. He has the Annihilators. He's running Molokarn. He has the Gladiator. He has the Bronze back. And then he also has the Satrati as well. I go first, and I put Arcane Shield up onto the Stormwall. Just run on up. Really getting the Rangers and things right up there. And it's at this point here, he even says that in his group, he doesn't have any Signar. So I think I can have a pretty nasty surprise for him for what E. Kane's about to do. So on his turn, he does his best to move up here. In fact, guys, you might have noticed I didn't say what caster he has. I think it's Hexerus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Hexerus, but really, I'm not even really thinking about that much. All I'm thinking about is let's go and kill some casters. So on my turn, I'm able to go up and just basically shoot down all the Neolators, put up my cover fire, go up, kill tons of the slingers on the right side. So he has really lost a lot of his stuff, and I'm still sitting pretty. So on his turn, there's not really too much he can do. He tries to hit my Rangers over the wall. That doesn't work out too well for him. He just kind of is running around to engage my long gunners, but now he doesn't have very much between Kane and Hexerus. So all you need to do is come up. Actually, the gun mages go first and just do their little shots to move away the one Shatrati that was in the way. Rangers go up to take some pot shots and actually get some damage in, and then also go to mark him for Ekane. Ekane just goes up, pops feet, and pew pew pew. I kill Hexerus and get a pretty fast win. So after it was all done, I actually won first place. So that was pretty awesome. Here's my son here with the trophy. And there are really cool trophies that they made too. There are these ones here which are water cut, I believe. And they're pretty nice. So anyway, it's one of these things where I go to the steamroller and there's almost no chance I can win that. But hey, if there's these late night things where there's just points for playing lots of games and different formats and letting the TO move stuff, I can do that. I can win this. I might not be the best player, but I'm prolific. At least I have that going for me. So really nice late night event. Could have been nicer if we had more players. There's some little kind of like a game called Werewolf or something going on the other side, which a lot of the players went to go play that instead of doing the midnight event here. But hey, I had lots of fun, and hopefully you guys had fun watching. Bye.